Okay, well, it says that I'm live, so I want to welcome everybody. I want to welcome Pat, and who said hello to me before this stream, and of course, Aaron, hello. And she says, by the way, thank you so much for your readings. You've always been right on the money for this Libra. Aw, thank you, Pat. God bless you. Hi, Patricia and Maria, and now they're coming in. Mirabella, hello. Well, everybody, you're ready to start making some money. Letting go of that lack. Hi, Carmen. Hello. We're going to be talking today about abundance and working your abundance. And they go hand in hand. And in fact, how abundance love is coming in. It says peace and love. And we're going to be talking more about the financial abundance, money, letting go of lack in your life, letting God bring the money, because so many people, they're just in lack. And what you think and what you speak is what you're going to manifest in this life. So first of all, I want to welcome everybody to Spiritually Speaking with me, Cheryl Lynn. Again, today, the subject is abundance and working your abundance. And we're going to be touching briefly about, God's abundance, but mostly I'm going to be focusing on money, getting the money, financial money, and how all of you are basically holding yourself back, holding on to lack, because you create your own reality. What you think and what you speak in this life is what you're going to create. And if you hold your fist tight out of fear, God can't fill the fists if you're holding your fists like this. So we're going to talk about that. Okay. So the first thing that I do want to do is those of you that have my book, and if you do not have my book, please pick up a copy of it. There'll be a link on the bottom of YouTube. I'm going to be reading now the book a little bit today. I do touch briefly on this book. Do you want to know? So those of you that do have my book, if you would go to page 27 in my book, I'm going to read what I have down for abundance, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay? And I do want to let you know that this book is selling out fast on Amazon. The link is going to be on Amazon.com. Right now, they're temporarily out of stock as I'm talking to all of you. There's also links on my website that if you go to the Barnes & Noble link on my website, you can get this book for $15 and free shipping. So they're actually a better deal than Amazon, but you can put your, go on the waiting list for this. Okay? Those of you that have my book, if you can turn to page 27, and this is under the truths chapter, the truths. And I want to read now two things that I have under the truths, and then we'll talk about it. So the first thing I have is do not give in order to get something back in return. Just give and let God do the rest. If you want to extend a courtesy to someone, then just do it. Do not have the mindset that if you give, you will get back. If you want to donate your money to someone or charity, then just do it and let it go. Do not give your money because you expect God to give you an increased payback. Just give and leave the rest to God. You will be blessed in God's way and in God's time. Okay, I'm going to read that once again. If you want to extend a courtesy to someone, then just do it. Do not have the mindset that if you give, you will get back. If you want to donate your money to someone to charity, then just do it and let it go. Do not give your money because you expect God to give you an increased payback. Just give and leave the rest to God. You will be blessed in God's way and in God's time. Yes, God is not a bank. God is not a bank. And God knows your true heart. So when you give, when you donate, you're just going to give. And God will bless you in God's time. And again, we're going to get into detail about this. The second thing I have on page 27, detach from matter. Do not put your focus on material things. Putting your focus on material things only lowers your energy into your fear-based ego. God knows what you need. So again, let me say this to all of you. Detach from matter. Do not put your focus on material things. Putting your focus on material things only lowers your energy into your fear-based ego. God knows what you need. Scarcity is an illusion. We human beings create scarcity. There's no such thing as scarcity, people. There's plenty for all. Scarcity is an illusion. Like I said, there's plenty for everybody. There are unlimited financial and material resources for all of us. When you start living your truth and putting your full focus on your truth, you will be provided for materially by God. We create our own reality. If you are working a stressful job and trying to make ends meet without results, you are creating that reality for yourself. Your ego loves to keep you on that hamster wheel of debt. When you live your truth, there is no stress. Things fall into place because God is in charge. Okay? Things fall into place because God is in charge. Okay, let's talk about this, about abundance. Again, like I said, there's no such thing as scarcity. There's plenty for all. We create our own scarcity in our life through fear-based thinking. When we get into the physical world, in the physical world, there's lack. In the physical world, there's poverty. In the physical world, you're never going to get out of that stressful job, holding on to that job, even though, for example, you want to be a nurse, but you're holding on to that factory job because you're afraid to kind of take that leap into getting your education. Perhaps you have to work that job until you get into that education. So you hold on to that lack. You hold on to that stress. And God blesses us through us taking those kind of actions and investing in ourselves. Because abundance comes in many forms. There's abundance of love, abundance of finances, abundance of friends, abundance of clients, abundance of time. There's abundance in all forms, and God knows the right form for you for your abundance. In the physical world, basically the ego wants you dead. That's basically what the ego wants. The ego wants you giving up, hopelessness, helplessness. Oh, I'll never. I got this bill coming due. I'll never. Well, you keep putting that out into the universe. That's what the ego wants you to do until you get to the point where you're in such debt, financial debt. You're drowning. You're sinking. Let go and let God. You're going to totally surrender and release your abundance to God. God, I totally surrender and release all my abundance to you. Through Jesus Christ, the blood of the Lamb, through the Holy Spirit, I manifest it all out to you, God. You give it to God. And then it becomes God's will, God's timing. God brings in what you need. Now, of course, you can tell God what you need. God, please send unto me. I'm going to tell you how, like, some people manifest things. God, I need a car. Let's say you need a car. God, I'm manifesting right now a car to you. For my highest and greatest good, God, I'm manifesting this through Jesus Christ, the blood of the Lamb, through the Holy Spirit. Then you totally surrender and release it to God, what you need to the universe. God will provide the car that you need. And you need to work your abundance, give out financially in order for this to come about. And that's called working your abundance, actually giving physical money in order to bring about. And it's funny because, we talk about like the manifesting the abundance of the car. So many people, like when they give to these preachers that are saying, hey, give me money, give me all your money, and God's going to give you that car. God loves you so much, He's going to give you that car, people. He's going to give you that car. Send unto me all your money, give me all your money, and God's going to send you a car. Well, and then some people do get, like 6 weeks later, they get a car. Then, oh, God gave me a car. Thank you, preacher, because of you. We love you. No, you've manifested that. It's a way of manifestation. I'm going to explain it to you. You already have the intention in the universe, God, I need a car. And what you did was you financially released money to the preacher. And you've worked your abundance. You've given that faith to God. And then God provided the car. So, even though the preacher probably is not up and up, probably the preacher, but it's the action. Do you see what I'm talking about? You put out what you need into the universe, especially like abundance-wise, then you financially give to let go of lack. Okay, I'm giving, and then the abundance comes. God works through others. Now, of course, I'm not saying I'm not saying, oh, do them televangelist people, give all your money, give them all your money. No, no, no. Please, we're going to talk about open your eyes to some of these people. And, I'm going to be talking about my people too. About the psychic that put curses on people. I love that one. I'll put curses on people, and then, when I have you in a vulnerable state, then I'm going to tell you, give me $10,000, and I don't know, what do they do? Plant it in the moonlight? I don't even know what they do. I don't want that karma on myself. But that's what I mean, like releasing your abundance. Just be very careful. We're going to talk about where you put your money in this world as well. But this is just a prime example about you needed a car. Don, that's the thought that you put out into the universe. I do need this car. You gave the money to the preacher, and 6 weeks later, because you released your money. And then it wasn't because of the preacher or that he's fantastic. It's because you put that out into the universe and God provided. So, I mean, that's just an example. Again, there's abundance. We're going to talk about financial abundance. But God knows what abundance you need. Abundance of love, abundance of time, abundance of money. So, God, you said everything to God. You manifest everything out to God for your abundance. Then you let go and you let God, and it comes God's way. And God will provide what you need. Like I said, God's not a bank, and you don't give to get back. Say, okay, God, here we go. Here's $10. I want that 100. Give me that 100, next week. No, just give it out to the universe. God will provide in the time, God's time, the amount. Because when you do financially give with an open heart, you will get back. You're opening up heaven's financial blessings. They want to financially bless you. The angels are waiting for all of you angels to financially bless me, and I receive it. My financial blessings. But you can't receive people with hands like this, and I'm lacking. Okay, so it's a little bit of a complicated situation. It's not so cut and dry. All right, as far as like finances go, that's why the money, physical money, that's coming into this earth, because the ego wants to stop that. The ego wants people in poverty. The ego wants you dependent on people financially. The ego doesn't want you to know your power. You know how much you can create? My gosh. Aaron says, what happens if you don't have money to give? We're going to talk about that in a minute, Aaron, about amounts to give and how to give. We'll talk about that in a moment. Okay? So you put your abundance into what you need. You're going to give it to God. You're going to speak your truth. God, I need a car. God, I have bills to pay. God, I help my children. Whatever it is that financially you need, God, I need to move. God, help me to get away from. God, help me with my college funds. Whatever it is, you put it out. You speak your truth to the universe, and you put it out. Then you manifest it through Jesus Christ, the blood of the Lamb, through the Holy Spirit. You manifest it out. Then you let go and you let God. All right. Now you've spoken your truth to God. Now the second part of it is working your abundance. You must give financially. I'm going to give you an example. So here is a mask. We're all going through this thing right now. So here's a really cute mask. When this whole thing started, there was a lady where my husband works. Kind heart, a really kind, doesn't know who I am. But her and her mother started making masks, and I know there's a lot of people doing this. Wonderful service for people, helping people out. They didn't have fabric, so they used the fabric that they had. And they made as many masks, as they could for people. And they provided, a wonderful service. It's great karma. It's wonderful service. We're seeing this, right now. And this is a really cute mask. And this was given to me. And she doesn't know who I am. And I kind of know who she is, but, just because of, who my husband talking about her. But anyway, I received this mask, and this is a nice service. Okay? So, when you receive something, a service like this, financially give to this person, like a $25 gift card to get fabric, a $25 gift card to get thread, just to help out. $25 gift card, maybe they need food in the house. Just give. You need to give financially to help out. Okay? This is a service, so I know it's kind of complicated, but you have to balance the service and give back, because then it's kind of like lopsided energy. Okay? So this person that did a wonderful service making these masks for everybody, here's a $25 gift card. You just put it out to me here. You use it what you need, fabric, whatever you need. Okay? Financially give back. Now, as Aaron said, what if you don't have the money to give? If you're blessed financially, you're expected to give more. You go by what you have. If you hardly have anything, $2 will go a long way. $5 will go a long way. $5 given to a charity, $5. Whatever you can afford. I'm not telling anybody to like the preachers tell you, hey, give me your rent money. Take the food out of your baby's mouths. Give it to me so I can have a Cadillac. That's what I want. No. Aaron, if you have $2, you put it in a charity bin. $2, wherever. They got those little bins everywhere, or give it to, what I do is I do a lot of dog rescue stuff. I give a lot of my money to local. Here's another thing we're talking about, local charities, or just giving somebody in the store. Let's say, for example, somebody's ahead of you and then they're a couple dollars short or something. Here's the $10, and just walk away. Okay? So, it depends on where you're at. Now, financially, and I'm telling you, I have some people that are financially blessed, and man, they're holding on to it. They're holding on to that money. You've got to let it go, because they have such fear about losing it, such fear. I'm going to work and work and work and work and work. Well, that's what the physical world wants you to do. But you are required more to physically give money. Whatever you can comfortably afford. Whatever you can comfortably afford. Like I said, $25 gift card, $50 here. For me, I'll give $100 to a local dog shelter, which can go a long way. Every once in a while, what I can afford. Just give financially. Okay? Put that into the universe. Do your manifestations with abundance that you need, and then financially give. Okay? It's called working your abundance. Every once in a while, you've got to work your abundance. So I hope that, again, on page 27 in my book, I kind of like touch base on it a little bit. I know this goes against what the physical world teaches. The physical world teaches, man, run that rat race and hold on to that money and be stingy. No, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. In whatever form you're comfortable, you have to financially give money. Yes, there's beautiful souls like this that are giving their time. They're giving their service. And that's a blessing too, because we are to give. We give and we receive. That's how life is. Like this soul right here, she's doing a wonderful service. We can financially bless her with the $25 gift card so she can get some fabric. Just for me, personally, there's a person in my local area. She crochets and knits for the babies in the hospital. She crochets and knits like the little jackets, and I don't know what she crochets and knits. And she was asking for money for yarn. So I gave her some money so she would get yarn. I wasn't the only one. But that's just an example. She just, she's doing this service, this wonderful service, but financially, here's an opportunity for us to give. That's just my own personal, example. Now, so I hope that everybody here can understand that. So again, you have your abundance, you ask God for your abundance, you totally surrender and release it, you speak your truth to God, everything you want. financially, like you said about your car. It says help others, continue to help others. That's right, Charmin. And again, you can have a balanced life. You do service, but then you also have to work your abundance every once in a while. Every couple months you say, have I worked my abundance? Okay. It's a give and take. It's a give and take because the physical world wants you to hold on to it and scared and oh my gosh. Ugh. No, let some of it go. Let go. Let God. God will bring it in, and God will bring it in with the time you need it in. So you don't. So when you put the abundance out into the universe, you don't say and God make it $300 and make it I need three $100 bills. Make it next Thursday, Lord. No, just give it to God. God will know what abundance you need. Okay. So, like I said, there's no such thing as scarcity. You're creating the scarcity in your life. And I'm talking basically money, finances, because of like the great clients that I have, all the people that I talk to. And they do have abundance of love and abundance of spirit. But boy, when we get into the money part, or if I get into the money part with people, hey, I gave to this preacher and nothing happened. Hey, I gave to this psychic that took my money, $10,000. No. Okay, so now they're holding on to their money tight. So I hope that all of you understand that the difference between abundance and working the abundance. Start putting that financial money, start opening your hands up, put it out into the universe. Now, let me just say this, you're going to put this, work your abundance any way you feel fit. As far as like your charities go, like me personally, I love local dog rescue places. I just think those people are wonderful that they get in there and save the dogs. I'll give to Basset Hound charities because I had a beautiful Basset Hound. Her name was Peaches. So in her memory, I'll give to like Basset Hound charities. I'll give to local, the local dog rescue places. I'll give to local food banks, give me money to the food banks. Here's, gift cards to get money. I don't donate too much food. I give more like the gift card type of stuff. That's like just the way I do it. But local, because you know that it's helping people. Like I said, the woman, all she needed was yarn to keep knitting and crocheting these things that she was doing for those children. Again, I wasn't the only one. But whatever charities you pick, whatever way you work your abundance, that's between you and God. I'm just going to give you a little bit just give you a heads up because I am here to teach all of you. God has sent all of you to me to hear these messages. So let me just say this. Anything in the physical world is suspect. Anything that is in a grand scale physical world, and charities too, are suspect. I'm just going to leave it at that. I would just suggest all of you to look into the major charities that we have in the physical world, the major charities. If you could just research where your money really goes, how much goes into administration, how much goes here, how much goes to this guy's pocket, that guy's pocket. And by the time you get down to the charity, what is it? 3 cents on the dollar or something? It's ridiculous. Be careful. I'm going to give you an example, like with me. So every week I would go to like a major pet store. I have a doggie. Her name is Sugar. She's a Zushan. She's a Shih Tzu Bichon, and she's a beautiful little girl. And she does have a sensitive stomach, so I have to go to certain pet store. It's a major one that carries like a higher end food because of her. She's very sensitive. So in the past, at the register, it says you want to donate $1 to our charity. And in the past, I would just say, yeah, add the dollar. And then I looked up the charity, and it's like, no, it's going to that corporation. I'm not going to say what pet store I use, but it's going to that corporation. So instead of donating, so every time it says, would you like to donate $1 to our charity? I hit no. And I will take the dollar, that extra money, and I'll donate to a local shelter, what I know is going to be where the dollar will be spent there. Because that big corporation doesn't need my dollar, but the local charity does. The people that are doing God's work, the people that are using their own money, to buy dog food for the charities, the shelters. I'm just giving my personal example. So I would suggest all of you, to look at when you get into the physical world and the big, huge charities, to really look under the surface. And if you can do local, do local. That's all I'm suggesting. But if you give your money to big charities, you're still giving your abundance. All right, it's still giving your abundance. So I mean, it does count. I just wanted to make all of you aware about anything in the physical world is very suspect. It truly is. So I'll just put it out there. Okay, so again, we're talking about abundance. We're talking about working your abundance. Again, everybody that has my book, all that's on page 27. You can get the insights on that. Start working your abundance, letting go, letting God, trusting God. This is like one of the scariest things for people to do is to financially let go. Financially let go. And again, it is going to be what you can afford. If you have $5, you give two. If you've got $100,000, give 50 or 20,000. When you get more abundant, you're required to give more. Okay, and I'm talking about putting money out. Yes, again, there's good works. Like I said, there's in my area we have something that's called the blessing box. We have a blessing box where you actually, put food in there for people in the blessing box. I do that, out of the store, whatever, you get extra stuff from the store and you give it, non-perishables, a little blessing box by the library in my area. And so I do give that. But that's not money. That's just people come by, whoever needs a blessing, whoever people need. That's a good service. Okay, that's a good service. But then there's the financial part, about giving financially to the library, giving to the maintenance of the blessing box. So you have to financially give. It's not just service. You've got to financially give money. So start working on that, all of you. Put your abundance, test God. You know what? Test God. I did. And God has blessed me. God has really blessed me. I'll tell you, He's blessed me with wonderful clients. I'll tell you that. I appreciate all of you. You're all blessings to me, that's for sure. And all of you that are listening to me. But anyway, put this out to the universe. Do this tonight. God, give all your abundance, your fears, and God, I'm speaking my truth right now for my financial abundance, God. And financially, God, I need a new house. I need a new car. I need money for my education. I need child support. And then give all your fears to God. Speak your truth to God. And you say to God, and God, I'm fearful that if I let this money go, I'm going to be on the streets in poverty. Give it all. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that if I let this money go. So I give it all to you, God. I give my abundance to you through Jesus Christ, through the blood of the Lamb, through the Holy Spirit. I lay this at your feet. It's already here. It's already now. That's how you manifest. After you do that, then go and donate some money, physical money, whatever you can afford. Again, I'm not saying spend the rent, don't take children out of, don't take food out of your children's mouth, like I said, like some of those televangelist preachers, oh, give me your money, you're going to manifest this, and you're going to manifest that. You can, God will put on your heart, once you get into this kind of, spirituality, God will put on your heart and show you what is real and what is not real. Okay? But it's the intention, and then you let it go, and that's it. God will bring it when God needs to bring it, and God will bring them out. So you don't give and just say, oh God, here, I'm going to give $10 to this charity. Now I'm waiting for my 100 because I'm supposed to at least get tenfold. No. Okay? So again, when we end here, again, I want to read on page 27 for those of you that are just joining me. Do not give in order to get something back in return. Just give and let God do the rest. So those of you read that section. And then at the end here, detach from matter. Do not put your focus on material things. Putting your focus on material things only lowers your energy into your fear-based ego. God knows what you need. Yeah, so when you're in lack and thinking of lack and you're in fear, and I don't know how I'm going to do this, and I'm like, how stressed are you? Okay? Let go and let God. Well, everybody, it was a pleasure speaking to all of you. Just try it. Give God a try. Okay? And I wish financial blessings for all of you, that the money does rain down from heaven for all of you. And thank you all for coming here. And again, I love all of you so much. Steer Guru says even $10 helps. Anything. That's right. Whatever you can financially afford. So those of you, again, if all you have is $10, give two. If you have $100,000, give 20,000. But and every once in a while you have to work your abundance. And I say to myself too, when I get caught up in work, I get caught up in things. Then I say to myself, oh, sure, you got to work your abundance. You've got to, get some money out there. I do a lot of services, a lot of things like that, good deeds. I donate a lot of clothes. I do a lot of good deeds. But every once in a while, and I have to remind myself, Cheryl, work your abundance. So I have to do it. You guys do it too, okay? But put it out to the universe. Try it. Totally surrender and release everything to God. Anything that's in the physical world is suspect. Charities, people, anything in the physical world. Give it to God, and God will show you the way, okay? All right, thank you all so very much. I love all of you so very much. And I'll see you all next time. Thank you for joining me. Work your abundance.